Hey Aries, welcome to your bonus reading for the month of February 2025. If you are not familiar with me, my name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I am a tarot reader, astrology enthusiast, and root worker. I am doing a bonus reading for you guys because you were one of the most engaging signs for the monthly readings I did earlier this month. So thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and watching my videos. I really appreciate that love and support. It really helps me out. And I just want to show some love back and say thank you so much. So today we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to start off with a little bit of a love reading for those that want to know about love. And then we're going to do some general messages as well at the end, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to pull from this really cool oracle deck. Spiritual team, love oracles. What messages do you have for the Aries collective? What messages do you have for the Aries collective at this moment regarding their love lives? What messages do you have for the Aries collective regarding their love lives? Let's see what we have here. Okay, we have Marie Antoinette. Be the dessert, not the entree. No man is worth losing your head over. See all, hear all, love all, forget all. Okay, I love that. Main character energy. And not being so hung up on love in general. Maybe this is your energy, or this is someone that is in your energy field. Maybe someone that you're considering or are interested in. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Oh, we have Cleopatra. Okay, two very independent women right here. Okay, so Aries, I have a feeling this is you. Now take what resonates, but you may be very independent. You may be very picky about what kind of lover or love interest you let into your world. You really don't need anybody. Excuse me. Let's be very clear on that. That is the energy I'm getting from this. Anyways, Cleopatra says, when you are conquered, excuse me, when you are conquered, consider who wins. A queen must lead, while a wife might follow, but both are diplomats. Be immortal, not defeated. Okay. Okay. I see what's going on here. You are very, what's the word I want to use? You are not an easy pursuit. Okay. If you're usually the person that is getting pursued, you do not make it easy for these people. You do not make it easy for these people at all. And it's also very possible that someone views you as this very regal, queenly energy. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to be a woman to identify with these feminine cards. Okay, you could be a man, you could be trans, you could be non-binary, you could be a man. It really does not matter. In tarot and oracle cards, whatever gender is on the card for me does not translate to our gender identities in person. Okay, so for those of you who feel like you are more of the person that gets pursued, this is, I think, how people see you. Okay, so keep that in mind. You have very high standards. You're very regal. You're very composed, poised. You have everything, so you don't need anybody to provide anything for you. It's very bad bitch. It's giving bad bitch, and I'm not mad at it, Aries. I love this for you guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scoot these over so we can see the rest of the cards. All right, let's see what is going on in Aries' love life. Spiritual team, Divine Feminine Tarot, what messages do you have for the Aries collective regarding their love lives? What messages do you have for the Aries collective regarding their love lives? All right, let's see. Okay, and Aries, I do apologize in advance. I have a lot going on in my apartment complex, so if you hear any noises, there's people drilling or doing something behind me. I have my number one enemy, the leaf blower, is out and about today. So there's a lot going on noise-wise, so I apologize in advance. Yeah, we're just going to have to deal with it. I'm sorry. Hopefully it won't be too loud. Anyways, okay. So cards I have for you guys are the Queen of Wands reversed, the Empress in reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Emperor, Three of Pentacles reversed, the Moon, and the Five of Swords. So you are showing up here in the Emperor in the upright, which indicates to me that you guys are very much strong personalities. You know what you want, you go after what you want, and you don't settle for anything less. However, I do have these two cards here in the reverse, which is Queen of Wands in reverse and the Empress card. For some of you, I'm getting these could also be you, could be an aspect of yourselves. Okay. There is a message there. Okay, so some of you lean so much into this Emperor energy, which is the pursuer, which is the more dominant energy in any connection. You are pretty much like, you're the dominant one. Okay, again, does not matter if you are a man, a woman, trans, or non-binary. You could identify with this Emperor card. So you could be more of the dominant person, which doesn't really give the opportunity for others to lead or show up for you. You are the one that wears the pants. You're the boss in any relationship that you get into, which obviously plays in well with these two cards. This is Queen energy or royalty energy, leadership energy. I'll just put it that way. Okay, so you're not used to having people telling you what to do. You are the boss. You're the boss here, which I think makes it a little difficult for people to get to know you or fit into your world. I think there is a lack of a little bit of softness missing. And again, take what resonates. It could be the other way around. Maybe this is somebody that you are interested in. Cross watchers, if you are interested in Aries, maybe this is you. Or you are the Emperor. Take what resonates. But I feel like there's a little bit of a lack of softness, and there's a lot more focus of this dominant, headstrong energy. Now, the Emperor can be very domineering if they're not careful. So I think what Spirit is trying to call attention to is there also needs to be a level of softness in order for you to find what it is that you're looking for. I think a lot of you guys get pursued by people, but you end up not necessarily, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Having things work out because you are so used to being the dominant one. Does that make sense? That, or you are someone who is maybe in the more feminine aspect, or the more the less dominant energy, but there's also like a lack of confidence in your energy, which is that more attraction. Okay, that is that diamond that everybody pursues. It feels like people pursue you and then they see that you are maybe not as confident, or you're not as how can I put that? It almost feels like you're like too eager to love. And so for some reason, for someone who is more in their Emperor energy pursuing you, they want someone that is just as strong. They want their counterpart. So maybe this is someone who is too reliant on love or too eager for love, and kind of lets their lets their standards down. This is someone who lowers their standards to find love. That's what I'm getting. Queen of Wands and the Empress can be very feminine energies, and I say that again not in terms of gender identity, but in that more softer, receptive energy versus the pursuant energy. So again, take what resonates. But for those of you that are in your more receptive energy, there's is an issue of standards. I feel it's like as soon as you get pursued, you just want to make them happy. You compromise. You maybe mold yourself to whatever this person wants you to be or whatever you think that they're looking for. You try to fit what this emperor wants. And Spirit is saying, no, you need to remember that you are a queen. You are an empress. And again, does not mean that you have to be female. It just means that you are also equally as powerful, as desirable, as worthy of having a love that meets your standards. Okay. So some of you may need to figure out what it is that you actually want out of a relationship and start reacting or interacting with pursuers or suitors, I guess, in what it is that you are looking for and not trying to figure out how you can mold to their lives. Does that make sense? Okay. For those of you that are emperors, more in the emperor energy of the pursuer, okay, be very careful about not being open to compromise. Maybe you also need to get into your more empress and queen energy. You need to be a little bit softer so that you can also have people come and do things for you. I'm also getting it's like you are also worthy of um, you are also worthy of love, but it feels like things don't work out because you are not compromising and being more receptive in your moon energy, being more receptive to that soft side of yourself, that opposite side of yourself. We have the moon card here, which also is more of a feminine energy to me versus the sun is more of a masculine. It's more of a dominant energy. So you live more in your sun energy, and there needs to be just a little bit more willingness to be receptive or maybe being open to the unknown. And that's okay to be open to the unknown. Some of you may try to control outcomes a lot because you are nervous about unknown outcomes. Okay. And so you get into this you get into this situation where you are literally so nitpicky, so particular, so I don't know, just unable to be happy or be content or just kind of go with the flow. And it's almost like some of you guys go back and forth with yourselves mentally with this Five of Swords, not only with your partner or potential partner, but you also have this back and forth of like, what do I actually want? Um, am I willing to compromise on this and this and that? Am I willing to am I willing to let my guard down? I don't think so. The Five of Swords can be very almost like fighting, but it's more mental instead of physical. So where the Five of Wands is oftentimes representative of physical fighting, the Five of Swords is more of like mental or verbal fighting. So this could be that you're just very argumentative. It could be that you are very not manipulative, but you want to control things. You want to keep things in a state that makes sense to you. Some of you may be just overly critical of people. Okay, keep that in mind. There also could be, for those of you that are in this more Empress and Queen like energy, you could be extremely critical of yourself. Yeah, could be more critical of yourselves. And so a lot of you may ask, like, what's wrong with me a lot? Why can't I keep someone in my life that is, good? But I think Spirit ultimately, for you guys that are resonating with these energies up here, is that there is nothing wrong with you. You need to gain more confidence. The Queen of Wands in particular is one of the most magical queens in the tarot. If I can get her off the table, there we go. She's literally magic. So you guys have a power, like an unseen power, this magnetism, okay, this charm that you guys need to learn how to harness. It's very powerful. It is like people notice you in the room, and I think a lot of you maybe shy away from that attention, or you don't know how to deal with it in a way. Like some of you guys may be a little on the shyer side. Okay, again, take what resonates. Or some of you may use this energy to manipulate. On the flip side, the Queen of Wands can also be very manipulative. So some of you guys could literally be, you guys could be a number of energies. There's 3 different types I'm seeing. So the Emperor, and that could be in combination with the Emperor, the last one I just said. So being manipulative. Manipulative of your charms and getting what you want and just being very dominant in the relationship. And then the other half of you may be less confident, may not be as confident in your power, your charm, and your ability to get what you want through being a little bit softer, but also very strong. Does that make sense? I hope I did not confuse you all, but that is essentially what I'm seeing for my Aries. 2 very different sides or takes on this. So again, take what resonates. Maybe one is you, one is the person that you're interested in. Cross watchers, again, take what resonates. All right. So in love, it sounds like you guys have some things to work on in terms of with yourselves internally, in order to kind of attract or get the type of person you are looking for. So it definitely feels like there's some inner work. This is a great time to do so. As we are coming up on Pisces season, this is a really good time to kind of like shed like that last bit of things or people, situations that are holding us back so that we can move forward into Aries season, which is the start of the zodiacal new year, and kind of pursue new opportunities, with a fresh perspective, with a fresh energy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards and off camera, and then we'll move on to your general messages. Okay. All right, Aries, let's get into your general messages. Spiritual team, Divine Feminine Tarot, what general messages do you have for the Aries Collective at this time? What general messages do you have for the Aries Collective at this time? Let's see what do we have. All right, 8 of Pentacles reversed. Are we overworking ourselves? Okay, 2 of Pentacles reversed and the 7 of Swords reversed. The Lovers in reverse. What is going on, Aries? 10 of Swords reversed. Holy cow, what is going on? Oh my gosh. I feel like some of you guys worked yourselves into the ground. And like you didn't pull yourselves out in time and like you got burnt out. You got burnt out. It feels like Spirit was trying to like warn you with this Lovers card inverse. Now, the Lovers card does not always talk about love. The Lovers card can talk about making a major decision. So I feel like some of you guys, this could be work related with this 8 of Pentacles in reverse. It's like some of you guys literally worked yourselves into the ground. Some of you guys may have some what's it called, health issues because of this. Some of you guys may have landed yourselves in the hospital because of this. Yeah, it's like you guys almost knew you guys knew that working yourselves into the ground or going as hard as you did on something was not gonna, like you had you had an option, you had a major decision to make. Like you can continue down this path, and like hurt yourselves physically or hurt an opportunity of some kind. And I feel like a lot of you guys hit that point where you ended up in the hospital or you ended up really sick or you lost a job opportunity or you lost a relationship because you were so hell-bent on making whatever this was work that it literally was a domino effect. It was like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Spirit's like, hey, if you keep going, this is what's going to happen. And then you kept going. And sure enough, now you are in recovery mode. Now you're trying to go back and fix the outcome of this situation. It was like Spirit was like, hey, or the doctor was like, hey, if you keep doing this, if you keep drinking, if you keep smoking, this is what's going to happen. And you're like, I'm going to keep I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep just trying to do this on my own or trying to figure this out on my own. Some of you guys may have like turned down, let's say if this was like substance abuse, some of you guys may have turned down like a rehabilitation program or AA programs, and you tried to do it on your own and you weren't able to do it on your own. And you kept going in this cycle of like relapsing and relapsing. And finally, after not listening or not taking those opportunities, you really hit rock bottom. You ended up in the hospital, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying it's something as extreme as that. It's just an example, but let's say this is a work situation, okay? Maybe you kept taking overtime and you're working like 12, 16-hour shifts and like you're not getting enough sleep, and people are saying, hey, like if you keep going at this rate, like you're gonna hurt yourself. And sure enough, maybe you pass out on the job one day because you are so lacking sleep or general rest, or you end up really sick. Okay, you end up in the hospital, and then your boss is like, you need to take a couple weeks off or take a month off. Don't come back until you're rested and healthy, and you are never doing back-to-back shifts like that again. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Wands, Six of Wands, Pride, Ego, Three of Wands, Queen of Pentacles reversed, King of Swords. All right. Have we learned our lesson with this King of Swords, Aries? Because what I get, honestly, from you guys was like you had good intentions. You wanted to be successful at something, or you wanted a certain result. But that was that pride and ego that was driving you to kind of ignore the symptoms and the signs of your impending destruction, self-destruction, I really should say. Queen of Pentacles reversed plus the Six of Wands is kind of giving like you did it for the money, you did it for the coins, you did it to secure some type of stability. Okay. And in the pursuit of that stability, you ended up hurting yourselves physically. Does that make sense? Whew. Yeah, that trade-off is not great, isn't it? What's the point in having all that money if you cannot physically go out and use it or enjoy it, or you are in bed or you are in the hospital, friend? Okay, well, let's not do that to ourselves anymore. Let's learn from the lessons. King of Swords, like, let's start strategizing on how we can work smarter and not harder, okay? Or work in a way that is going to be beneficial to ourselves in every aspect of this. So keeping ourselves healthy and allowing us to get the coins that we want, okay? How can we balance this? King of Swords is a master strategist, okay? So this is like a really big lesson, especially with the Lovers card being here. Anytime I see a major arcana card, big lessons, big themes in life. Maybe this is something you do on a regular basis, okay? Maybe you're just very stubborn. Aries, I think, are pretty well known to sometimes be stubborn or just very headstrong. Okay, so maybe this is a lesson in like listening to other people. If they're telling you, hey, stop sign, slow down, or slow down sign, like you need to start listening. Listen to your body. Okay, sometimes your body is the one putting up the stop sign or the yellow light. You know what I mean? You need to listen to that. Okay, so this is a lesson, I think, in listening and definitely a big growth opportunity for sure. I think you guys saw this potential field goal and you're like, yeah, let me get after that. I know I can get that. I love what this gets me, this result. Okay. And I think some of you guys were after something even bigger. And you're like, God, I'm so close. I'm almost there. I think I can get it. And then it's like, put on the brakes. You're done. You're benched. No more playtime for you. Okay. Oh my goodness, Aries, take better care of yourselves, please. Please, 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 please. We don't need you guys burnt out. That's not good. All right, so that's what I'm seeing for that. I'm going to go ahead and move on to some more oracle cards to close out the reading. So some of these could just be additional information on situations I've already commented on throughout the reading. or it could be something new if you guys are thinking of certain questions, things like that. All right, spiritual team, Winology Manifestation Oracle, what additional messages do you have for the Aries collective at this time? Oops, here we go. Hold on. My perfectionist mind needs that to be cuter. There we go. All right. What do we have? Okay, New Moon in Libra, know that you are loved. Very interesting. So this could go back to the love portion of your reading. Some of you guys may not, again, feel confident in your ability to receive love. And I think there is a lot of love floating around for you. You just also have to recognize that you are worthy of love. Okay. So, and there also could be a lot of loving support that is platonic or from family or from coworkers that want to see you succeed, that want the best for you. And maybe you don't have to go and hurt yourself in order to prove that you are worthy. Okay, some of you guys literally may be working yourselves to the bone, trying to prove that you're a reliable employee or that you're a reliable sister, brother, parent, whatever. But honestly, like going above and beyond to the point where you're literally burning yourself out and you're not physically capable of doing anything for anybody, much less yourself, is not okay. And people understand that like you cannot do everything too, and people love you no matter what you're able to do for them. Okay, so there's that. Bottom of the deck, last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. Yeah, so a lot of you guys have some internal work that needs to be done, I believe, whether it's in love or just in general. It feels like there are definitely some roadblocks, some self-sabotaging behaviors, some limiting behaviors and beliefs about yourself that need to be dealt with. I'm a huge advocate of therapy. I am not a licensed therapist, although I wish I was. I'm just a tarot reader. I can see things, but how to properly go about healing some of maybe these emotional wounds or physical wounds for those of you where it's like you're literally putting yourself in the hospital because of your idea of what success looks like. That needs to be dealt with so that you can continue using this earthly body that you've been given to its best and highest potential without burning yourselves out or constantly going through heartbreak and trying to figure out, why love never seems to work out for you. So there's definitely some things that need to be explored, that need to be revealed, that need to be dealt with on a subconscious level that is hurting you in a lot of ways. So this is a really great time to do so. Like I said, with Pisces season, this is a really good time to let things go. Pisces is one of those signs that allows us to let go and shed the old so that we can get ready to let in the new. And I feel like Aries season, your birthday season, okay, you're going to want to make sure that you are ready and open for any new possibilities and opportunities. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have. Spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What additional messages do you have for the Aries collective? What additional messages do you have for the Aries collective at this time? Okay, what do we have? All right, top of the deck, fluorite. Find peace within. I love fluorite. This is really good for focus and like mental clarity. Also good for just calmness, peace. So this is a really good crystal to work with if you are working through inner things. So if you're going to therapy, if you're working through something on a mental level, this is a really good crystal to have around. It's going to help keep you calm. It's going to help keep you your emotions kind of regulated as well, especially if this is like a very emotional thing that you're going to have to dig up and deal with. Really good crystal kind of have around. So I recommend getting that one if you don't have one already. Then we also have aquamarine. It says go with the flow. So again, I feel like I talked about this in my weekly astrological video that I just released earlier in the week. Pisces is that sign to just go with the flow. It doesn't have to be so rigid. So for those of you that maybe identified with the Emperor in the love reading, like going with the flow, being a little bit more open to, that more fluid feminine side of yourselves, where, things don't have to have the exact outcome you think they should, being less rigid. And also for those of you that are looking to kind of release, like I said, mental blockages, limitations, beliefs, and things like that, like this is a really good time to just kind of explore that and really like feel those feelings, let them out, okay, and then release them. Pisces is definitely go with the flow energy in my mind. Always has been, always will be. All right, so we have two more decks. I'm going to use this one, which is a really, one of my favorite ones, honestly, is Untamed Elemental. And I'm going to read from the guidebook because I don't have all of these memorized, but really, really, really great deck. All right, spiritual team, Untamed Elemental. What additional messages do you have for the Aries collective at this time? What additional messages do you have for the Aries collective at this time? Okay. Top of the deck, we have Crane. Oh, I love that. That's such a cool card. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Wind. Okay, so I'm getting the winds of change, the Crane, which is very graceful. Okay, beautiful. So navigating change with grace, humility. Okay, recognizing the beauty in life, the mutability of life, that things change and they never stay the same. I'm going to go ahead and read from the guidebook, like I said. Okay, so the crane. Crane invites you to go the distance, and for this, he offers his blessings of longevity. By making the decision to see something all the way through, you are choosing to fill hollow areas with your love and devotion. You are choosing completeness. Life responds to your commitment in kind by increasing your energy reserves, strengthening your nervous system, opening your heart center, and aligning you with the relationships and resources you require to fulfill your soul's sacred mission. I love that. So what I'm getting is a lot of you guys go so hard because you want so much for yourselves in your life, right? But I feel like a lot of you guys go about it a little bit too hard. I think there needs to be more of a balance, and I think this crane card is calling attention to that. It recognizes that you want to go far, that you want to pursue, and you want to achieve so much. But it's also saying that in order to do that, you need to fill some of that desire with care, self-care, love, joy, happiness, play. Like not everything has to be all about discipline. Not everything has to be all about structure. Not everything has to be about going hard. Not everything has to be about being dominant. So I think crane is like that essence that you need, that fluidity, because cranes are very graceful. If you've ever seen one in the wild, they are very graceful, but very regal looking, okay? Call back to Cleopatra and Marie Antoinette. There's a grace, there's a beauty, there's an acceptance that things come with divine timing. There's no rush, okay? Yes, we can be very striking and we can go after our prey, very shrewdly, but there's also like this grace and kind of, taking it as things come kind of energy that I really, really dig. So if you guys really identify with this crane energy, definitely pay attention to that and do some more research on crane spirit energy and kind of channel that as you go forward through Pisces season, or whenever you're watching this. Go through this for the next, go with that energy for the next couple of months. See how you feel. See how you can implement more of that energy into your daily life. All right, and we're going to go look at wind. All right. Wind is a reminder of the transformative power of breath work. Whether you resonate with morning breathing meditations or simply commit to bringing more awareness into your breath throughout the day, there is no faster way to transform both your immediate and long-term realities. Just as a strong breeze clears the air, breathing with intention helps process emotions, release stuck energy, cleanse blood, reinforce the soul's stabilization within the body, and tune into a more conscious way of perceiving the world. Check that out, Aries. I wish I was making this up. Though there are both elaborate and simple ways to harness the power of your breath, your intention to connect with this powerful force is what brings about transformation. Some of you guys need to get into breath work, and that is going to help slow you down. It's going to help regulate your nervous system, and kind of help you reset and rebalance yourselves when you feel like you're maybe leaning too much into your masculine or too much into that unconfident side of yourself or too much of that workaholic side of yourself. Taking a minute to take a breath. Maybe there's a little bit of anxiety that is what is driving you, to act or react to situations the way that you do. So the wind, while it is transformative, the winds of change, like I mentioned earlier, this is also a great way to kind of change your mindset, your perspective, okay? Especially for those of you that deal with anxiety, breath work is wonderful for resetting your nervous system. So I would highly recommend looking into breath work if you feel that this card called to you in some way. But I think a lot of you can do a lot of good things through breath work, especially as you are kind of navigating any changes, mental, physical, or just approach wise to life. I think there's a lot of really good messages in here for these two cards. So I'm glad that those came out for you. All right, for the last deck, it's going to be a little unique. We're going to do a timing deck. So if you have a question about something and when it's going to happen, okay, I want you to think of something. Maybe it is, when am I going to get a call back for that job? When am I going to get a raise? When am I going to find so and so, like my person? When am I going to XYZ? Okay, this is your opportunity to ask that question. So this is a Divine Time Oracle deck. I'm going to pull 2 cards, top and bottom. So hold that question in your mind now. Take a couple minutes, take some deep breaths, really find that question that you want that answer to. And then I'm going to go ahead and start pulling from here. So you can pause if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling. Spiritual team, Divine Time Oracle deck. What final messages do you have for the Aries collective regarding their question? Oop, I have one that jumped. Let's see. Okay, so the card that jumped, for some of you, I feel like time has been delayed in some way on whatever question you have, okay? I'm going to put that one off to the side because it was a jumper. I didn't finish shuffling my cards. All right, spiritual team, what final messages do you have for the Aries collective regarding their question? Let's see. When you're truly ready for it. Oof, gosh, don't we love to hear that one? Yeah, so some of you, again, I feel like you guys are those types that you want everything as soon as possible, and you will do everything in your power physically to get it. And Spirit is saying some of you guys are trying to rush the process. Okay. Some of you guys aren't ready for it yet. Some of you guys still have some healing work to do. Some of you guys still have some things that you need to wrap up, okay, or close out. And maybe on a mental or emotional level, you are not ready for it yet. Okay. I know it's hard to hear. I know it's not great to hear. It's not fun to hear, but that is sometimes a sad reality. At the bottom of the deck, we also have 2 months from now. This feels to me like not it's going to come in 2 months from now, but in 2 months from now, you're going to see whether you're really ready for this or not. You're going to have some sort of realization. You're going to have some sort of test, okay, to see if you've learned King of Swords, if you've learned this lesson yet, okay? So keep an eye out for that. And again, this is a pretty timeless reading. I am recording this and releasing this in February of 2025, but this message could really just come to you whenever you're ready. So from whenever you're seeing this 2 months from now, it could be kind of like a mile marker of Spirit saying, okay, have you learned your lesson? Have you done the work? Okay, so it's a little bit of a test. All right, Aries, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this reading, and don't forget to share if you think someone else might resonate with this reading. Again, if you want to see more readings from me, please don't forget to subscribe as well. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. That information is below in the description box. Thank you again so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.